Hello and welcome everyone. Spider-Man No Way Home is releasing very soon, so it's the right time to talk about Spider-Man. We should know all Spider-Man powers and abilities that we have or we haven't seen in the movies yet. Watch till the end. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will never miss an upcoming update. With that out of the way, let's get started with the video. Peter Parker has superhuman abilities derived from mutations resulting from the bite of a radioactive spider. Since the original Lee-Ditko stories, Spider-Man has had the ability to cling to walls. This has been speculated to be based on a distance-dependent interaction between his body and surfaces, known as the van der Waals force, though in the 2002 Spider-Man film, his hands and feet are lined with tiny clinging cilia in the manner of a real spider's feet. Spider-Man's other powers include superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, and balance, and a precognitive sixth sense referred to as a spider sense, which alerts him to danger. Spider-Man has a healing factor that allows him to recover from injuries sustained during battle. In the aftermath of the 1989 Acts of Vengeance storyline, Spider-Man was said to have superhuman recuperative abilities that sped up his recovery from the exhaustion he suffered in defeating the Tri-Sentinel. The character was originally conceived by Stan Lee and Lee-Ditko as intellectually gifted, but later writers have depicted his intellect at genius level. After years of fighting, Parker honed his skill into an equivalent of martial arts that is unique to his powers. Academically brilliant, Parker has expertise in the fields of applied science, chemistry, physics, biology, engineering, mathematics, and mechanics. With his talents, he sews his own costume to conceal his identity, and he constructs many devices that complement his powers, most notably mechanical web shooters, to help navigate and trap his enemies, along with a spider signal as a flashlight and a warning beacon to criminals. Thomas Fireheart scientists, among the best in the world, are unable to replicate the fluid Parker created while in high school. The freaks come out at night, and where evil rises, good must rise to meet it. Night vision is pretty handy for vigilante crime fighters who need a day job in this capricious economy. Night vision can make the difference between life and death when brawling with thugs in a dimly lit alley at midnight. But Spidey's 20/20 vision night vision was not a result of the bug bite that gave him his powers. He got it in the other storyline at the start of J. Michael Straczynski's excellent run on Amazing Spider-Man. After a nearly fatal encounter with the supernatural Morlun, Spidey emerged with heightened senses including peerless night vision. He has one of the greatest and most diverse rogues galleries in comics, from blue-collar working Joes gone bad to actual demons. On occasion, he's even tangled with undead menaces like Morbius, the living vampire. Fortunately, Peter Parker's powers have a surprising side effect: immunity to vampire bites. The ultimate Peter Parker of the 1610 universe found himself immune to vampire bites because the combination of radiation and spider venom has tainted his blood. He possesses super agility. His ability to perform his signature acrobatic leaps doesn't just look awesome, it's an invaluable tool in his crime-fighting arsenal. It enables him to rescue free-falling innocents and evade the attacks of even his most persistent foes. Pete's crime-fighting career would have been a whole lot shorter if he hadn't been able to weave through Doc Ock's tentacles, vault over Electro's blasts, or dive majestically out of the way of Green Goblin's glider. He also possesses a super-fast metabolism. It turns out doing whatever a spider can burns a whole lot of calories, meaning that Spidey often has a ravenous appetite. But there's more to this power than facilitating gluttony. It's also made him able to recover quickly from a wide range of poisons and toxins. Most notably, it enabled him to survive being poisoned, and buried alive in the iconic story, Kraven's Last Hunt. He's got radioactive blood. What the theme song to the beloved 60s animated show neglected to mention is how that radioactive blood carries with it some unexpected benefits. Aside from his spider-like powers, Peter also enjoys immunity to most forms of radiation. He used this power to his advantage in his battles with the seemingly immortal Morlun in J. Michael Straczynski's run on Amazing Spider-Man. By overdosing on radiation, he was able to subdue the supernatural villain as he fed on the power of his spider totem. Plus, he probably doesn't have to worry about what would happen if he leaves his phone in his pocket. When you think of the premier martial artists of the Marvel Universe, your thoughts might well turn to the likes of Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, Moon Knight, or even Captain America. But let's not forget that Spidey no slow in the hand-to-hand combat department either. In fact, Peter even developed his own martial art called the Way of the Spider. This martial art was developed in collaboration with Shang-Chi himself during the Spider Island storyline. This variation on traditional kung fu focuses on swift, economical short-range attacks targeting nerve clusters and capitalizing on Peter's superhuman strength and speed. Spinning webs is one of Spidey's most well-known powers. It's not only his primary form of transportation, it's allowed him to tie up, and otherwise do bad guys. He's been able to use it to yank airborne villains like Green Goblin and Vulture out of the air. He's even used it to form cocoons and shields. Over the years, Spidey has been relying upon his own patented spider webbing, which is fired from his iconic web shooters. It was a cool way to build tension when his finite supply ran out. But for a while in the Spectacular Spider-Man Disassembled, they sidestepped the web shooter route altogether and gave Peter the ability to fire his own organic webs. Upon first glance, you may not think that Spider-Man and Doctor Strange would make for a likely pairing. Nonetheless, they have shared many adventures in comics and animation before they met on the big screen in Avengers: Infinity War. Unbeknownst to many, while Spidey is no master of the mystic arts, he is not without mystic abilities. In J. Michael Straczynski's run on Amazing Spider-Man, it is revealed that the spider that bit Peter was a creature of the supernatural as much as the atomic. In Amazing Spider-Man issue 40, he even gets to meet the spider deity with which he shares a bond. This mystical spider gifted Spidey mystic powers to defeat a supernatural creature named Shathra. He also possesses a genius-level intellect. In Spectacular Spider-Man issue 158, Peter was chosen to be responsible for perhaps the greatest power in the Marvel Universe, the Unipower. This briefly made Peter the latest in a long line who bear the name Captain Universe. At this time, he became invulnerable and was able to generate and manipulate enormous energy. I had made a video on Cosmic Spider-Man, link that will be in the upper right corner. It's arguable that Spider-Man's greatest power isn't his strength or his speed. It's not his reflexes or agility. It's not even his spider sense, his durability, or his healing factor. No, Spidey's greatest power is his sheer indomitable will. They say that the measure of a fighter is in their ability to get back up after they've hit the canvas. Spider-Man has hit the canvas harder than most many times over the years. But he's overcome enormous odds and picked himself back up time after time because of his extraordinary willpower and his dedication to that very important promise he made his Uncle Ben all those years ago. That's all our Spidey has got. So we will bring this video to an end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.